Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Fine participants on this Thankful Thursday coming from Key West, sitting at the end of like America somehow.
Yes.
Celebrated sales sources. We'll meet in a minute. Gina,
looks amazing. Yeah, Sean, we have Corey Spicer, family man from North Texas, founder, CEO of ThinkMents, like AI and utilizes bleeding edge technologies and solving societal problems, changing the standards of technology. Here with us today, incredible soul, Corey Spicer. Welcome from Fort Worth.
Hello. Very nice to meet you, sir.
Corey, amazing job. Thank you for being here. Corey, how long until we could like replace ourselves with AI, brother? We look at like how long?
3 months. It depends on how long you've been recording your phone calls.
Yeah, Ben, we've got like 500 episodes of The Real Raw. Well, I role play every day and do all the things. So with that, can we like AI me and do something cool with that?
Oh, absolutely. We kind of messed around with that already. We've been trying to make it Corey already.
Yeah, so I have the privilege of being a part of Tony Robbins' organization, being a Platinum Lion. And when you go to the financial trip, there's some fine folks that speak into the space of the future and what's going on. And it's like mind-numbing and completely crazy. So you see robots taking over. I'm clear on the differentiation between like computer programs in chess and AI in chess. And it's like extraordinary. It's a little scary. So how about what's your fun fact for today, Corey?
If it comes to AI, one of my favorite things is teachable machines with Google. And you could do a whole lot of fun projects just like you're talking about through there. Things that used to take us something that would take us 3 months to do on this, to train one algorithm, now takes about 5 seconds, maybe 30 seconds.
What was that you held up so we could tell Sean?
It's a Raspberry Pi.
Amazing. Extraordinary. Corey, awesome stuff. Welcome. And looking forward to having some fun today. You up for it?
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Bella Reed is like moving furniture and doing things. I don't even know what's happening right now. But
I don't know, but I'm jealous. It looks beautiful there.
Yes. So Gina, who's our next participant?
We have CEO of Kenzai Trading, professional trader, like extraordinary wealth management practice, Bruce Dinger, coming from the left coast.
Bruce, what's up, man? Coming from California?
How's it going, Sean? Yes, I'm out in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Ah, Bay Area, man. Awesome. And what's your fun fact, Bruce?
Well, you know, I believe, Sean, that the mind can achieve incredible things. And I never take no for an answer. At 27 years old, I wanted to learn Chinese. And everyone told me, you're never going to learn that language. You're too old. You should have started when you were younger. Well, if I speak it fluently, I read and write it. I graduated at the top of my class from the university out in Taida in Taiwan.
Wow, dude, it's super impressive. So I went to Columbia University as an undergrad, and at Columbia, I kid you not, Chinese 1 was a 12-credit class. So you could take Chinese 1 and one other class and have your full freshman load at Columbia. So I am present to the insanity and also what the possibilities of mastery are. So really, awesome job, dude.
Thank you.
And what's your mission in the world?
You know, change lives one life at a time. You know, I believe that it's not what you learn over life, it's what you teach. And that's really how you go ahead and leave a legacy, is by being able to teach the next generation. For me, it's up and coming traders and folks that want to build wealth with regard to investing in the stock market and real estate.
Awesome, man. Well, Bruce, welcome, brother. Happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we got Corey, Bruce. Who do we got as our judges, Gina? First one.
Trademark filings, like for art, for health, safety, business, branding. His name is Eric Seha, also from the left coast. Welcome, Eric.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? How are you doing, Sean?
I'm doing amazing, brother. So from one like tip of this country to another, what's going on, man? What's happening out there?
Doing good. Just keeping an eye on this copyright intellectual property space, trying to stay up to date with this NFTs, negotiated a contract for an artist on his NFT drop. Really excited to explore that space.
Awesome, man. Thank you for that. And Eric, what's your fun fact?
Fun fact, I love art, and I used to be a full-time personal injury attorney. After becoming a COVID layoff, I pivoted and opened up my own solo firm, and now I'm focusing on, working with artists and trying to integrate my passion with my practice.
Yeah, well, from somebody that quit their job at a major New Jersey law firm 6 months out of law school, $100,000 in debt, Eric, with no idea of what the hell I was doing in marketing, selling, leading, or recruiting. Congratulations. And I could hear your energy, your brilliance, and you have made the right decision, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. So we got Eric, Gina, and we got some more fine judges today. Who we got?
Yes, we do. Top 100 people in finance from a magazine. He's a leader, having served as president of Financial Planning Association. Wrote the award-winning spiritual book, Harnessing Heaven. Clifford Michaels is here with us today. He's a financial rock star. Hello, Cliff. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Hey, Clifford. Honor to have you here, man. Thank you for being here.
Sean, can you see?
I cannot.
Do you have a screen where you can see or no?
I'm actually blind.
Oh, you are blind?
I am. I really am blind. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's where we get the Unblinded from. I'm sorry. I'm making a fool of myself, but I was not aware of that.
No, you are not making a fool of yourself at all, Clifford. So many people don't know, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we have very natural tendencies, and I'm a part of the American Foundation for the Blind. I'm on the board of trustees, and it's the 100th anniversary year. We're doing a lot of disruptive things there. And when folks show up with strength, confidence, certainty, capability, these are not normally things we associate with blindness. So I get that all the time. Like, wait, you're blind?
Okay, good.
I'm
also in wealth management. I was going to say a fun fact is that I love to travel, and I once got surrounded in Egypt by the Egyptian military. They thought I was a terrorist. But what I was going to put up here, and everybody saw this earlier, was the picture of Mike Eruzione in the 1980 Miracle on Ice. Because I have this hanging in my office. And I thought this is something you might, be interested in, because I heard you like that as well.
Yes. How did you hear this? This is amazing. And
From Gina.
I had the privilege of speaking with Mike Eruzione 1 month ago.
Oh,
and I
okay.
thanked him, gave to his foundation, thanked him for everything he did for our nation. So thank you so much for sharing that. I love Mike Eruzione. I think the 19 Miracle on Ice team stood in leadership, inspiration, the ripple effect of transformation for changing the course of world history. not for today to talk about, but I believe that's actually true. So thank you so
Right.
much for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, really awesome job. So Gina, rock stars, who else we got?
Yes, sir, we do. We have Matt Lepore. He is a New York Law School graduate, trust estates, entertainment law, now corporate counsel for a small family business called Haddonfield Foods, which is sells chicken, right? I know you're going to tell us more about that, Matt. Welcome to The Real Raw.
So from lawyering to selling chickens, and we've been chasing roosters around this premises for the last 3 days. We've Conrad the rooster. So Matt, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Full disclosure, I didn't know much about Unblinded until I got reached out on LinkedIn from, I don't know if it was you or one of your people. I watched one episode. I love everything you're doing. You don't let any type of hardships hold you back. You have this positive attitude, which I believe changes lives when you put that out there into the world. And to give you a little bit about Haddonfield Foods, it's a family company. My dad had been in the business for probably 40 years now. And what we do is we manufacture mostly chicken and sell it to further processors, which then will sell it to retail, like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or convenience stores, stuff like that. But I also have a real passion for entrepreneurship, which led me into being an angel investor. And I think that's really why I'm here, to give that side of my life and advice that I can.
Awesome. Well, Matt, truly appreciate it. And what advice would you give? You had one point to make for people about entrepreneurship as you've seen it through the prism of angel investing. What would it be, Matt?
You have a very short amount of time to get people to, 1, believe you're genuine, 2, trust you, and 3, think you know what you're talking about. We refer to it in the angel investment world as the elevator pitch, which means you're in an elevator and what are you going to tell them and how are you going to give them the whole picture real quick. So mastering that, which you basically teach in detail, is crucial to any type of business.
Matt, thank you, brother. And we'll have some fun unpacking that in a little bit. Couldn't agree with you more. It's the opening of listening. And in every moment, people are making a decision whether or not it's worth investing in you for 5 more seconds. That's what people are concluding. So Matt, thank you for investing in us today and being here. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, Gina, I think we have an epic day of having 4 judges on. And
we do. Yes, and from northern New Jersey, also somewhere north of you, Mr. AJ Cardile, attorney from northern New Jersey. Welcome to The Real Raw.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet everyone. I'm an attorney in New Jersey. Out of law school, I started as a solo practitioner and been doing that ever since.
AJ, you started your own practice straight out of law school?
Well, my dad had a practice. He's retired. I went in with him and just started doing that, and been doing it ever since.
Very cool. And what type of law do you practice?
So we do a little bit of everything, but the majority we do is mostly real estate, estate planning, and some civil litigation, suing people for money.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, welcome. And what's your fun fact?
I don't really have a fun fact.
Come on, AJ. Come on, brother. There's got to be something about you. Crazy night in Vegas, or something that was crazy about you in high school, something that you wouldn't want to tell anybody, so you'll tell everybody today, something like that.
Some crazy nights in Atlantic City, not in Vegas. But,
So what is your craziest R not NC-17 Atlantic City moment?
I have to think. Well, mostly normal stuff, bachelor parties in Atlantic City, things like that. Nothing too crazy,
My level 5 listening tells me it's crazier than maybe we would perceive it. So Matt, we'll leave it there. An awesome day today to have you here, everybody here. So thank you for that. Gina, I'm going to roll with the sisteress who today happens to be sitting right next to me. Sitting here at the end of this country. So from selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old tot, all the way through being a 7-figure earner network marketing, creating people into 6-figure earners, to taking that to become the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Today, the owner, founder, creator of Align Sales, now Align Talent, who also has the heroic, unique identity just a few minutes ago of having one of our extraordinary coaching training clients say that in all the programs this dude has ever been in, he's been in the biggest, the best, and the most, all kinds of six-figure programs, that his session with Bella Verita was the most transformative of his entire life. That HUI, hot off the presses, Bella Verita. So congratulations on that. And what is your heroic, unique identity? Fun fact for today, Bella, because you might have a few NC-17 fun facts that we're not going with today. Bella adjusting the camera because she's also an image consultant. So what is happening, Bella?
Well, all kinds of amazing things are happening. And like, let's just say that instead of like all of the programs, it's not just like all the programs, it's all the Tony Robbins programs. Like, let's be specific on what programs that were. And like, speaking of Tony Robbins, did I see him in that opening video along with like Jay Abraham and like Jack Canfield? Like, are these people you know?
I have the unique privilege of having been called a dear friend by Tony Robbins in front of 5,000 people in the last 10 days. And
okay, wait. So Tony Robbins called you his dear friend. He also called you his coach. And so if someone in our program said that said that my coaching call was better than all the Tony Robbins programs, and Tony Robbins called you his coach, I don't know what this says, Sean. What does that say?
You win, Bella.
I think that makes Bella Verita God. So I think that's what just happened. Is Bella Verita by the transformative courses of geometry that I failed in the 9th grade, or some rule of math like that? I think that now makes you God. So Bella Verita is God. Like, drop the mic and we're done. P.S. Bella Verita did actually role play God a week ago when one of the participants had that, and that is not blasphemous. I do believe in God and all the things. We're just having fun. So everybody relax. So, right? Yeah, so Bella, awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
So thanks for that. And it's just an honor and a privilege, and all joking aside, with what you have done for the Tony Robbins world, from, raising $425,000 for American Foundation for the Blind last week to raising
in like 3 days.
In like 3 days, raising millions of dollars, like selling programs like crazy, to like be able to be here with you and learn, because I'm going to learn here today too. It's an honor and a privilege, and it's so nice to meet everyone.
Yes, and I have a fun fact, but thank you, Bella, that is received. Your heart-centeredness is extraordinary. Your fun is also very present. And I think fun would be throwing Bella off of this into the water after we conclude today and not letting her out of here, because she keeps saying that she can't wrestle me and did on Necker Island. And now we're in Key West with all kinds of motivational, inspirational real estate people. That might just be something to capture on video. That is my fun fact for today, but we'll think about that later, Bella.
Yeah, you might want to think about that. You might want to think about that just a little bit longer.
Okay, so Gina, we love you, Gina. You're really extraordinary. Thank you for everything that you do, and we will see you soon, Gina. Love you.
Love you guys. Welcome to the Unblinded Multiverse. Have fun.
All right, let's go do this thing. So Bella Verita, somebody's going first. Who's going first?
Ooh, let's see who we got. See, this whole furniture moving thing is to keep the computer cool. Because if it dies in the middle of this, you're not going to be very happy with me.
That would be bad. Yes, because this was Bella's idea to do on location at the end of the dock, at the end of Key West, and wherever we are right now. So I don't even know. Yes, so.
Let's go with Bruce, because he's in the middle of my screen.
All right, Bruce, are you ready to go, sir?
Ready to go.
Okay, so Bella will be anybody you want her to be in the role play. This is all about integrous, heart-centered, hello to yes, not Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. And it's 6 minutes that you have. We're gonna probably cut that to about 4 today. So we'll do 3 minutes first round, 1 minute final round, like to accelerate all the things. But Bruce, who would you like Bella to be? Let's make it somebody that you would seek a yes from. Ideal client, strategic partner, something like that. Yeah. What do you got?
How about a client that is something I deal with, a client that's at a big name firm that's not really satisfied with the results and looking for another money manager.
All right, Bruce is going to go drop the mic. Bella, please take us in.
Hello, Bruce. It's Bella Verita.
Bella, how you doing? So great to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So a friend of mine told me that the one that introduced us, Sean, said that you were not really satisfied with where you have your money being managed right now. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, it's kind of a weird dynamic. My ex-husband, we're no longer together, but like he's still managing my money, and I'm not so sure that this is a good idea, Bruce.
What don't you like about that?
Well, I don't like him knowing what's going on in my business, one. And I couldn't trust him in the marriage, so I probably shouldn't trust him with my finances. And so I'm not sure like how to get out of the situation, because like, you know, it's kind of a tricky situation. And
yeah, that is tricky. So let me ask you this: what exactly are you looking for? You want to, you know, Sean was telling me that you're looking for another wealth manager. But what are you looking for in that wealth manager? What exactly are you looking for, Bella?
Someone to make me a lot of money.
Okay. I mean, is that the most important thing for you? I mean, what are some of the things that keep you up at night thinking about your money?
I would say, you know, the most important thing that keeps me up at night is I don't want to sacrifice joy now for like retirement later. And I feel like so many like financial planners and all of this are always like trying to like, oh, you don't spend money on that. Don't spend money on that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And Bruce, I don't really like to be told no. So that doesn't really work for me. So that's the biggest conflict we have is like, you know, when they try to tell me no. And
hold on, Bella, I got a phone call for you. It's your ex-husband. He's saying he's got a Ponzi scheme that he thinks is the best investment advice he could possibly give you. So could you pause for a second with Bruce and we'll come right back?
Bruce, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I got the crazy ex-husband again.
Okay, sure.
Right. So Bruce, in round 2, you got to protect Bella from the Ponzi scheme from the ex-husband. How's that sound?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, awesome. So how'd that feel for you, Bella?
That was amazing. That was, yeah.
Excellent. All right, Corey, are you ready, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right, who would you like Bella to be?
A commercial real estate investor or a nursing home commercial real estate investor.
All right. Okay. You got money leaking out of your pockets. Your ex-husband's still trying to get you to go to the Ponzi scheme. You're a commercial real estate investor, and take us in.
Before you go, can I borrow a couple $1 million?
Yes.
For an investment?
I got we'll go $6 million.
$6 million.
Yeah,
all right. Go. Hi, Corey. This is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic.
I've heard a lot about you. I'm looking forward to our call.
I am as well. Well, first off, what are you looking at trying to do or trying to accomplish?
Yeah, I would say, you know, diversify my real estate portfolio. I've got a couple houses, investment houses in Las Vegas. And, you know, I'm just looking at what are some other projects that I can get involved in to really diversify, you know, instead of like just homes, to see what else maybe I could get into.
Are you maximizing the income from those housing projects that you're dealing with now, currently though?
Well, in the way that you asked that question, I am going to guess probably not.
Okay. So a couple things just right off the top. Typically, if you're running multiple different houses, you're not able to necessarily show that house to that next potential buyer unless you have that house in perfect condition or that person's already moved out and you've already done the cleanup. And so what you could do is create a virtual reality environment where someone can go through and actually view all those houses, and you could start getting yourself a waiting list in the process. And they can go through.
Do you mean sell them?
Excuse me, ma'am?
So I'm a little bit lost on, do you mean to like sell them? Because I have the houses there, and I thought like expanding, so I'm confused on where the virtual, yeah, I don't understand where we're going.
I understand. Have you ever seen a virtual tour? Have you been Google Street View where you walk inside?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and why would I need one of those?
So whenever you have a client that's in there, you have 30 days typically to move them out, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so based on that situation, you are going to pull someone in, you're going to create an issue with bringing that tenant, that prospective tenant into your property, with the property being in a state that you're not, that you would not hold its value to, or you would not, that's not how you would show it yourself. And so imaging your property beforehand the exact way that you want it, you're able to give your prospective people that are going to come through there, not only doesn't disrupt the person's, your tenant's daily life, but it gives a very clean, clear perspective of what that property is going to look like on a regular basis.
Speaking of tenants.
Yeah, no, this is your ex-husband again. He's got a Bitcoin investment that he's saying, just don't listen to anything that Corey's talking about. It's all Bitcoin.
It's all Bitcoin.
Yes. So can you take the call?
Hello. Excuse me.
Yeah, we'll be right back with that, Corey. Excellent job, man. How'd that feel for you?
For me?
Yes.
That's normal.
Do you think that a Bitcoin investment will be a better tracking than a commercial real estate investment?
I was in Bitcoin at $348, so well, then.
I'm imagining that commercial real estate would probably be a more stable long-term investment, Corey. Is that fair?
Depends on where you're coming from. Have you seen the Flexa network and the integration with Shopify, AMP, and the couple other platforms?
Very interesting. So we have more to talk about with Corey in round 2. So maybe your ex-husband's onto something. All right. So excellent job. All right. So thank you, Corey. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say it depends on when he got in.
Absolutely. So how about today? What are your thoughts on today?
I
A lot more.
I
I'm
wouldn't
hearing a lot
recommend it.
more
I wouldn't recommend it for someone that hasn't been in for a while and doesn't understand the market.
Yes, and that would be us. So we have
Yeah.
a much
Can you
more
buy
complex-
real estate with Bitcoin?
I don't think so. Corey,
yet.
Corey, you're not be able to buy real estate with Bitcoin yet. Is that correct?
It depends on how you go about it.
Interesting.
Oh,
we have
we have stuff to learn.
So yes, and we're in the middle of the Tony Robbins financial trip on top of all the other things, and we're speaking at a real estate convention, and we're on the Real Raw. It's like triple multitasking. So thank you for that.
This is the Sean Callaghy Success Circus.
Yes, the multiverse of success and sanity. Okay, so Matt, we're going to do, since we have 4 beautiful and amazing judges today, is we're going to have you give, please, 20 seconds of feedback on what you think that Bruce did well, and then we'll go Eric on what could be optimized for 20 seconds. So Matt, what do you think that Bruce did most optimally, please?
I thought he came off as genuine. I thought that he asked her questions to dig deeper into her situation, which was great. I thought that he didn't say anything or do anything to kind of interrupt the conversation. It flowed well. It looks like I'm running out of time, so I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Your score?
Oh, and your score is?
I'd give him a 7.5.
Nice. Eric, please, what do you have for Matt?
Sure. For Matt, I thought that he was also good questions, very direct, and I like the picture that he painted.
Nice. And what do you have?
What? And what's your score for Bruce?
For Bruce, I'm sorry. But yes, for Bruce, I would give him an 8.
Nice. Thank you. And Clifford, please, what did you have that went well for Corey and a score?
I thought the questions were very quick and to the point. And so that the first part of the conversation I thought was very clear and concise. The first part.
Awesome. And your score for Corey?
Well, if I'm only grading the first part of the conversation, I would give it a 7.5. I think the
How about
second part took too long to get done.
Got it. Okay, so and what would your overall score be?
Well, I said 7.5.
Oh, nice. Okay, got it.
Oh, by the way, you can buy real estate with Bitcoin, by the way, because some banks will accept Bitcoin as a down payment.
I love this. We're having all kinds of fun unpacking stuff. I think I'm going to recommend to the Tony world that Clifford should be a speaker at the next financial trip,
all right,
along with some of these other fine people that are here. Outstanding. So AJ, what do you think could be optimized by what Corey was sharing, and a score, please?
Well, I thought it was really good. I especially liked the part where he asked how the other investments were performing, and the way he asked it kind of made her think, are my investments good? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. And I thought that was done really well.
All right, nice job, Corey.
And your score is?
8.
Nice. Excellent job. So thank you, Matt, Eric, Clifford, AJ. We're ready for round 2, Bella. Bella is back. There's like Ponzi schemes, Bitcoin, all sorts of
I
insanity.
think you're calling my ex-husband to cause trouble. You keep walking off, getting on the phone. You better quit calling him to cause trouble.
It is nothing that I am doing. I promise you. But we're going to reverse this round. Corey, are you ready to chat with Bella and get her like squared away on this commercial real estate concept?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got 90 seconds to take her from hello to yes. Now, by the way, Bruce and Corey, it doesn't have to be a yes to invest in what you're talking about. It could be just a yes for a longer meeting, right? So you got to open this woman's listening, be clear, congruently unique, why she'd want to spend some more time chatting with you. So Bella, 90 seconds for Corey to get to a yes at least a longer meeting, or maybe straight up investing in commercial real estate. So take us in.
All right, Corey. I'm back from my crazy ex-husband. Sorry about that.
Yes, ma'am.
So where were we?
We were talking about creating a 3D virtual floor plan for your commercial real estate to save you some time and save you some effort, and also put more money back in your pocket.
I like more money in my pocket.
Okay, so are you familiar with the 3D? Are you familiar with 3D floor plan?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, are you familiar with how different real estate companies or different leasing companies and their issues that they run into?
I am familiar. Yep.
Okay, and so typically they have a hard time being able to show off all the different locations. And so essentially we can build you a small platform, big platform, shows every dimension of that entire floor plan. You can show that to them in a floor plan environment where they can see dimensions, but then also they can zoom in and then go through a full 360 environment and see every inch and detail inside of that plan or model that you have. And so all the questions that they have are answered beforehand, and you're basically able to create a waiting list.
That sounds amazing. What do we do next?
Well, we start with
before my husband comes back. My husband comes back.
Are we out of time or no?
Yes, but what just really quickly, because I can like feel his energy. So like, what do we do next?
Get started. Tell me where to go. Give me the address.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bella, it's your ex-husband again. So excellent
You're
job.
such a troublemaker.
Excellent job, Corey. How'd that feel for you?
A little shaky.
Yeah. Right. And we'll talk about a little bit of that in a couple minutes, but you're doing an awesome job. And for all of us, like, and I'll share where I was earlier today and some of the dynamics, and we could speak into concepts of fear of rejection, fear of failure, and how we disrupt these in our nervous system in like nanoseconds. So excellent job, Corey. Thank you for your courage and vulnerability. You as well, Bruce. But Bruce, Bella's back, and there's insanity going on in her investment world. She needs some help. So you ready to straighten her out?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go, Bella.
Hi, Bruce.
Bella,
so sorry.
how'd that call go?
Yeah, well, you know, do you have any exes?
Do I have any exes? No, I don't.
Oh, then you have no idea, but let's continue.
All right. So earlier we were talking about the opportunity to go ahead and work together. What's your timeline for being able to make a decision? It sounded like you were a little bit urgent on doing that, but what is that timeline?
Yesterday? Can I make a decision by yesterday?
Let's do it. Let's do it, Bella. Let me do this then. So are you willing to go ahead and to work with me and my team in terms of managing your funds?
Yes, absolutely. I like what we've and to tell me just, you know, really quickly, like what do you think sets you apart, and why would I want to work with you? And yeah, that would be.
There's a lot of things that sets me apart. So, you know, I actually manage the trades for the firm. So all the investments are done by me. I have a team of analysts that go ahead and does the research on the opportunities, but I live and breathe this stuff, Bella. You know, for me, I look at not only my opportunity to and my responsibility, my fiduciary responsibility to manage and grow the client's accounts, but I look at myself as the guardian for your capital.
I like that. Guardian for my capital. I believe in angels.
There you go. Well, here I am. So I'll send you the paperwork, Bella.
Awesome
Thank
job.
you, Bruce.
That even kept the phone call from your ex-husband away.
The angels are here.
The angels are here. So excellent job, Bruce. So quickly, Bruce and Corey, would you guys like to have some additional fun?
Yes.
Sure. Awesome. Okay. So behind my back, Bruce, is either a 1 or a 2. Bella's looking. You checked.
I did.
Because you think I change this sometimes, don't you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Amazing. Okay. So is it a 1 or a 2, Bruce?
Yeah, I saw the reflection in her glasses. It's a 1.
Actually, a 2. I didn't change it.
I didn't change it. Okay. Awesome. So Bruce.
I was just always curious if you actually really did it.
I really do it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I see that now.
I do. Yeah. So because it's the first time we've ever done. Well, I guess second. We did on Necker Island.
Yep.
We did the real raw, but you didn't check my fingers there. I think,
No.
Right. Okay. Awesome. All right. So Corey then gets the call. Corey, would you like to put me on the hot seat, where I'll have to be whatever avatar, whatever person you'd like me to be? I have to go from hello to yes, or would you like to let Bruce make that decision?
Let Bruce make the decision.
All right. So Bruce, even though you did not win the toss, Corey has elected to give you the decision. And so Bruce, I'll be anybody you want me to be. I'm on the hot seat. I could be just, an attorney, an accountant, financial person. I could be a president, a lobbyist, anybody. I could be a lemonade salesperson. I could be Bella's ex-husband, getting her to invest in Bitcoin. Whoever you want me to be, I will be. So who would you like me to be, and what do you get from seeking?
How about the ex-husband looking to invest in Bitcoin?
I love this. This is extraordinary. And so
I'm going to the bar.
All right, so Bella's going to the bar. So Bella, come on in. You're far away. Wait, why are you sitting so far away, Bella?
I don't like my ex-husband all that much. What makes you think I would want to sit close to him?
It seems like old times. It seems like old times. Count down 3 minutes. Okay, thank you, Bruce. So Bella, I know we've been through a lot.
Yeah, you have been an asshole.
And I know I've been an asshole. I know that I've been disrespectful, narcissistic, egotistical. I know that I've not listened. And in fact,
have you been going to therapy?
I not only have been going to therapy, I've been doing an extraordinary amount of work. And I'm not trying to do anything negative or problematic. I apologize for all the things I've ever done. And I know it's impossible to believe that's true. But I do want to have a conversation with you in service of you and some of the craziness from the past. How does that sound to you?
You've never done anything in of service to me before, so I'm not quite sure where this is going, but you have one ear, not both, but you have one.
I understand. So, and if at the end of the next 2 minutes, because I'm only asking for 3 minutes, that's what you agreed to give me. If it resonates and makes sense, then I'm asking if we'd have a longer conversation.
You want me to talk to you some more?
Only if it resonates and makes sense, and I open up your other ear.
All right. Well, you've got like a minute now.
Okay. So I think that I've made all kinds of crazy decisions and mistakes in my life. With respect, I think not to do with me, because you were wonderful, and not to do with any people. But in terms of some of your decisions, I think that there are some more optimal potential mechanisms to get you more of what you want.
Right? And what is it that you think I want?
I think you want some level of more financial abundance, more time freedom, and I think you want the ability to deliver more magic, to contribute, touch people, share, and make awesome things happen in the world. That's from the day I met you, that's what your heart has been. And I've only seen it grow. Is that fair?
So you did learn something in the 3 years we were together. That's nice.
I did. And I did see that. And I'm sorry I made you wrong. And I'm sorry I didn't see that. It was out of my own ego, significance, and my own fear. And I'm not asking you to believe any of that about like listening to me about life. This is much more practically about your financial abundance. And so I think we could both agree that we probably were a little bit suboptimal in some of our financial decision making over the course of time. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. I know you're out there in the space of influence, and I know that you've heard of Bitcoin. I am not asking you to make a decision to invest in Bitcoin in this conversation. What I do think, though, is that there's been, and I've learned this from the person I'm coaching with, introduced me to a therapist who I've been working with both. And those people have introduced me to some financial opportunities that I think could make some sense to you. It's not network marketing, but there's a legal way that with the space and influence you have, that you can end up benefiting enormously from these dynamics. And I'd love the opportunity to share a little bit about it with you. I'll just give you one tangible piece. Last thing is, forget me, the credibility of the people that are involved in this investment that I will prove to you, not just tell you. Love you to talk to these people and have these conversations. I think really will blow your mind. And even if it ends up like you're not dealing with me, if you gave me half an hour, I'm really confident that you'd want to meet some of these other people. So, and I can even have one of them on the phone call with us. So it's not just you and I speaking. What are your thoughts?
All right.
Well, thank you. And I appreciate it. I didn't deserve the time, but I do want to try to make up some of the things that have occurred to be in service and add value to you. And listen, do I benefit from it? Absolutely, of course. But I'm really hoping to benefit, for you to benefit much more. So thank you, Bella. All right, how'd I do, Bella?
You actually made me want to like my ex-husband. You actually made me want to like him. Why did you do that? I like not liking him. It's much easier that way, Sean Callagy.
Because he didn't really say that. I did. No, okay. So, Bruce, how did that feel for you?
It was good. It was good. I like the right away, the fact that you broke down her walls and, started going ahead and inching your way forward in terms of demonstrating that you were listening to what's important to her.
Yeah, awesome. Corey, what are your thoughts, man? How'd that resonate for you?
Scared me a little bit.
Cool. In what way?
The advice.
Yeah, I definitely do not invest in Bitcoin. So that was the charge I was given. So I'm definitely not asking you to evaluate the investment advice. But how did you feel about my opening? The science of how Bella's listening was opened.
You opened her up. That's a complicated question.
No, go ahead, please. Yeah, like be real. Yeah.
You opened her up, but I would be. I would not. The way that you went about. Well, if we're talking about the sales portion, you did a fantastic job of talking her into it and talking her into the call.
Yeah. So
when it comes to the advice, that terrifies me.
But let's understand this.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for your awesome feedback, right? And so if what is underneath that is like, wow, we can manipulate people into doing anything, the answer is, of course we can. I had the privilege of sitting with Scott Rothstein, the largest Ponzi schemer in the history of South Florida. There's an MSNBC American Greed episode. I was there with the former head of white-collar crimes to the FBI. I was the first person to report him after he asked my client for $8 million. And I helped put him in prison for 45 years. My 2 top 100 national jury verdicts are both in cases where there was criminality. And in that a related case, the Rothstein situation, we put a lawyer in jail for 30 months, and I had to have 3 meetings over a year with the FBI to get them to take the case. So the point to all this is our ability to discern truth and lies is invaluable. And the distinctions, as Malcolm Gladwell would speak into in the book Talking to Strangers, are microscopic. So number one, for our own protection, edification, defense, saying no to everything equals no acceleration. I've been wrong 8 out of 10 times, the things I've said yes to. But if I didn't say yes to 2, and I mitigated my downsides, if I didn't say yes to 2 upside times, I wouldn't be sitting where I am with a 125-person law firm, speaking on stages around the world, and having that blessings and gift. And when we're communicating with other people, the quality of integrous influence is what's at stake. And so in that situation, I was being authentic as if her husband had done those things, not lying, right? And if somebody hadn't done those things, then nothing could be more reprehensible. So leaning into the fact that integrity-based human influence that we communicate about here. So I feel Corey's like discomfort, like, what if that's not true? If it's not true, it's disgusting, it's horrible, it's awful, it's potentially criminal, right? But if it is true, the ability to open listening of people is the most invaluable skill set and superpower we can have to bring truth and bring justice. Does that make sense, Corey?
Yes, sir, it does.
Yeah, awesome, man. Thank you again for being here. Okay, so
I want to just acknowledge in that because I think it's important to draw in this micro distinction of when you have dynamics such as like that I had with my ex-husband, or in that role play, is there's someone who doesn't like someone, or you talk a lot about ego and disrupting ego and ego subjugation. And so I think, in my opinion, what you demonstrated is how to disrupt and disarm someone who, maybe is significance driven or ego driven, because a lot of times for a lot of us, like, influential people and those people with big egos and big significance, we may want as our client. And I think what you demonstrated is how to, really disrupt and break down that ego, that significance. Because I was definitely in my significance, right? Like, I'm better without you, whatever. Yeah, like, I don't like all those things. And I think that's the important thing to, really, hone in on, that micro distinction, is how you really, truly just like disrupted all of that to what you call open listening, and be able to have a conversation that got the yes.
Yeah. So I was, for example, thank you, Bella. So that same thing happens for fundraising for charity. I had the unique privilege of raising $1.7 million in 26 minutes, where the goal was 500,000 to save children from sex trafficking for Operation Underground Railroad. And the mechanism of doing that is a science. And it's a science in service and contribution, right? And it's also something that horrible people can do to lie and harm people. So present to it all, right? So let's get some feedback now. So AJ, we're gonna switch it up a bit. AJ, what 20 seconds do you have of what went well that Bruce did in his round?
Well, yeah, I think he did a really good job. He made the client feel comfortable, and he kind of brought them in and kind of, was able to get the deal done with that client, and, make them feel really comfortable with him.
Well, appreciate that.
And your score is?
8.
Nice. AJ, how was your day, AJ, on the Rail Rock today? How'd you enjoy your experience?
Good. I mean, this is the first time I've, been on or seen it. So, very interesting, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, and thank you. There's been more than 3,000 people since COVID began that have been on here as guests. We've been doing this about a year now. And so thank you guys for being here today. And by the way, I haven't done all of them. So we have other partnerships around the Rail Raw, but Bella and I, we're in the 300 plus range of Rail Raw. So we got more than 1,500 people who've been on this show with us. So thank you guys. We created this. So Cliff, I apologize for Clifford. So Cliff,
either one. If you get angry, call me Clifford.
Okay. So sorry.
Otherwise, Cliff is good.
If you step into the role of my angry ex-husband, then you call him Clifford.
All right. Excellent. Cliff, thank you. And so Cliff, what'd you have for Bruce on what could be optimized, and a score, please?
Well, it's interesting. I was listening to both candidates, both participants. Anybody see that semifinal game in March Madness, Gonzaga against UCLA?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was giving a dead heat to both Corey and Bruce, but I have to tell you, that last shot that Scuggs made with like an overtime to put Gonzaga over the edge is how I felt Bruce did here. Bruce started slow in the first round, but I thought he wrapped it up, in a tight bow, and did very well. Asking questions, delivering benefits, and getting Bella to agree. And I thought he wrapped it up nicely there.
Nice. And your score for Bruce is?
I got to give him a 9.5 on the second round.
Excellent. Woo! Nice job. So Cliff, by the way, how was your experience today on the Rail Raw?
I loved it. I really did. And I watched you very closely when you were working before with Bella. And I saw that you were making small but significant, through questioning, you were getting Bella to agree to actually sort of, I guess you were forming commitments, is what I would say, in the first maybe 15 or 20 seconds, to have Bella agree to allow you to go ahead and present things in a way that she would be willing to listen. So I was sort of trying to break that down. I thought that was great.
Yeah,
I could see the science behind it.
Yeah, Cliff, this is a science I've studied for 24 years, and I've disrupted jury verdict consulting processes. I have the largest jury verdict in the last decade in Arizona. one of only 2 attorneys in the country out of 1.2 million to be in the top 100,
Sure.
top jury verdicts, etc. No ego, because there's all kinds of things I'm horrible at, including Bella still thinks that she beat me in wrestling on Necker Island. It's a long story for a different day.
I approve.
Yes. So, but Cliff, thank you for that. Appreciate it. We're not just slinging like fun. We're having fun, but we're delivering integrity.
No, I could see that. I could see there was a science there.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So let's go, Eric. Eric, thank you for being here again. What do you have, Corey, on 20 seconds of what worked in a score?
Sure. So I think Corey in the second round gave a really good description of what the 3D virtual floor plan was. I think he connected with his potential client and asked her, do you understand what this is? And try to, really describe what the service that he was going to be able to provide for her, and more importantly, how it was going to help her. So I enjoyed that aspect.
And your score for Corey is?
I would give him probably a score of 8 also.
Nice. Excellent, Eric. Thank you for that. And again, appreciate you being here. How was your experience?
It's been great. It's been great. I appreciate you having me on and what you do for everybody. I really like that whole role play that you did with her. I thought you were great. I was smiling. I always love to hear a good sales technique, but it felt natural and it felt heartfelt. And I think what I'm really taking away from this is the integrity-based aspect of this, where, I try to be open myself. So
awesome, brother. And if we could leave any imprint, like what if there was no pitching, no hooking, no closing, no funneling, no targeting, but instead there was just integrous influence and value adding. And that's what we stand for. And it's not a theory, like it works. I had the privilege of speaking in front of some of the masters of the world of real estate and real estate investing today down in Florida. People who were on television in the 80s to people new today, and all kinds of skyscraper builders, people built, things in nations around the world, consult countries. And we talked about this in the presentation and it blew the room away. And a lot of the people that followed as speakers today had a tough time because the vibration that they were going to come at this with was going to be in the space of taking, like across the table from each other-ness, as opposed to on the same side of the table. And when influence becomes that, then we start solving problems in the world, including that face our nation. So Eric, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love what he said too, because he both used like heart and integrity in the same sentence. And Tony Robbins did say, in fact, that there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan. And he just said that. So that was awesome.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Matt, again, thank you. And what maybe could be optimized for Corey in a score, please?
What could be optimized? He did a good job describing what the floor plan and the 3D and the virtual element was, but I thought that he could add in somewhat of a call to action, where transitioning her from explaining it to this is the process you're going to follow with me, and whether it's another phone call or checking out some website or whatever it is, just guiding that. She had to ask, and we're guiding her into that. I think he could have done it a little better, but I think you should acknowledge, and I'd give him a score of around, I'd say 8.
Nice. Well, Matt, appreciate that. Love your congruence, certainty, extraordinary group, right? Today,
yes, absolutely.
All the judges, professionals abound. And Matt, how was your experience today?
This has been a great experience. And honestly, Sean, your reputation speaks for itself, but I'm extremely impressed in what you do, because I grew up a poker player and I use a lot of unspoken things and body language to get a feel for people. And the fact that you listen so intently and can pull it from just that one aspect, from that auditory aspect, I'm kind of flabbergasted by it. To see a lot.
Yeah, we call it level 5 listening. Longer story for a different day, but there's everything from level -1 to level 5. And the discernments, yeah, that's what helped me understand the guy was a Ponzi schemer. And this is the God's honest truth. With Scott Rothstein, the former head of the white collar crimes to the FBI, we walked out of the meeting and he goes, well, that sounds great. And I'm like, you crazy? This whole thing's a fraud. And honest to God, that's where it began. And I could tell that story 1,000 times over. And that's a genius at identifying criminality. So appreciate that, Matt. And really, and we always say is like, as the level of professionalism, intellect, and skill set has risen on the Real Raw over the last 6 months, because we've kind of had a lot of, coaches, speakers, they're nice people, but as we had financial people, accountants, lawyers, and that's really what we're seeking to connect with on the Real Raw now. It's been just such an up-leveling of the conversation. So Matt, thank you for contributing to that.
My pleasure.
Yeah. And so Corey, beautiful job, brother. How did it feel for you being on the Real Raw today?
That was fantastic. Learned a lot and realized I missed that call to action.
Yeah, no, all good, man. And listen, I missed my call to action today on stage too. And for real, I had a beautiful centered, opening of things. I was a little worried about the clock time, and so I didn't have the right call to action. Service of the group, not service of money. So it went great, but we all, sometimes could omit something. So you did a great job.
Thank you. This has been very informative on so many levels. Thank you.
Thank you. Bruce, we're crushing it. Loved your lean in. What Bruce did was when he came back, he's like, hey, how'd that phone call go? Like lean right into the scenario, like adapted to it, like stepped into the fun of it, but also to pick up the momentum into the rapport build. So Bruce, how was your day today?
It was good. Really, I really didn't know what to expect. I got a call, I don't know, maybe an hour before the show. And the guy left a message and I took a look. I said, what is this? And I took a look at some of the YouTube videos that you have. And I thought I was impressed. And I thought, yeah, why not? So I called the guy back and I knew it was going to be a fun experience. I knew you'd have some, because from the other videos, it looks like you attract some very high caliber individuals from different industries. And I really enjoyed this one here, having, a fellow wealth manager and also the attorneys on board. It was good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. And this is in service of just like the impossible. One of our clients in Unblinded Elite, and actually a partner of mine, Rob, his name's Rob Gill, he went from 8 to 350 sales meetings per month once we started working together over the course of 12 months. No paid advertising, no funnels. And that's the work that we do. So thank you guys for being here. And we love people in the professional space because, people don't know the difference. People do not know who to work with. They do not know who not to work with. It's wildly complex. And so often the people who are the least talented and skilled are the people who are sometimes the most persuasive, influential, fraudulent, and disruptive. So empowering heart-centered people with integrity to understand how to articulate their greatness to people and open listening is one of the missions of this work. So thank you again, guys. Bella, final.
Ooh,
and by the way, it's all dudes today. This is like the first time.
It is all dudes. I didn't even realize that until right now. Which is so interesting because what I was about to say is what an incredible heart-centered group.
Yeah. Especially like lawyers, financial people.
Yeah, because I'll just speak frankly. There's a lot of times where we have a lot of ego and significance on the show. It shows up from time to time. And there's so many successful people here that are all heart-centered, gave very valuable advice. It was absolutely extraordinary. And just hearing some of the things that Corey said and Eric said I want to share with you guys that this journey doesn't have to end. And I hope it's okay that I share this, but this journey doesn't have to end. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. on Clubhouse, Sean unpacks the science of going from hello to yes, the science of integrity-based human influence. He actually demonstrates and gives the tools of how he did what he did every Monday night at 7 p.m. on Clubhouse, and then every morning at 9 a.m. on Clubhouse. So if you're not on Clubhouse, you're not doing the Clubhouse thing, you want to do the Clubhouse thing. And then, and if not, one of our strategists will reach out to you. And I definitely encourage everyone to take them up on that call because it does not have to end here.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, that's how Bella and I met and have now partnered. So Thank you, Bella Verita.
Thank you, Sean.
Great job today. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Bruce. And thank you, Corey. You guys did a fantastic job on this Thankful Thursday, and we're thankful for you. And we are all blind. Bella Verita.
And just learning to see.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Take care now.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.